Took me almost dying to stop and go, hey, this isn't worth it. Being big is not worth dying.
You're taking drugs, you're trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. That's bigorexia.
How do you feel about women in bodybuilding and fitness today?
I feel the women in fitness, I mean, if you're talking bikini, I mean, they look good. I think they're too lean, but women's bodybuilding, I mean, figures, like these girls are really put together too. I mean, I consider them like bodybuilders, right? I think if women figure were bodybuilding or physique, that would be great. As far as the physiques, I mean, women's bodybuilding doesn't exist at this point, right? It's only women's physique, but I think those girls, you know, not as many people are watching that these days because I think it's extreme. I think, you know, like perception of people looking at like men's bodybuilding, I feel that they look at the women like the same thing. You know, I view it as that, and I'm in it. I just think, you know, women have pushed themselves to the next level, but then hence that's why they kind of disregarded women's bodybuilding, and women's physique is just like, you know, some of these girls, I mean, they're legit. I don't have favoritism towards the girls getting too big. I think the bikini girls, you know, 5 years ago, in my opinion, with a little softer look was a little more presentable, but I'm not judging the shows. And I think that, you know, a girl, I mean, bikini, I think of bikini as like a woman in a bikini and on a beach, right? And I think that's kind of how it started. And now it's transformed into just like the men's physique. The poses are a little outrageous. And I think that, you know, when they're starting to judge girls like with like more muscle and abs and veins and that kind of stuff, I mean, I don't think the veins exist as much, but they get veiny. Like when they diet, I just think it's sometimes a little too lean. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. Do you ever think the prize money for women will be on par with men?
I don't think the prize money, because it's not, when we talk about men's physique and classic and bikini, I mean, I know we're talking about the women, but it's that freak factor thing. Like there's no real excitement to what they do. I mean, it's a lot of transitional things, but that's the biggest excitement about what they do. They don't hit poses. I mean, with the bodybuilding, yeah, they hit poses or whatever, the women's side, but not as many people are showing up to watch that. There's not really a crossover crowd where I think if you had a lot of people, if you had guys in the audience sit there and say, okay, do you think the bikini girls are attractive? You know, a majority would tell you yes. If you sat there and judged the same men on a women's physique show, they would say no. And I think with the women, it'd be the same thing. They think, oh yeah, I would like to have a bikini body. But when they look at the physique girls, not many people want it that extreme. So that really comes down to, I mean, how many people are going to sit and watch it? And that's where the prize money is going to be derived from, is how many people are influenced to go to the show and watch it. And we go because we respect people or we have a friendship with someone. But, you know, if they had a women's only physique show here in Las Vegas, I mean, I don't think people would show up necessarily to watch it. Not like they would the men. So
Oksana, she was able to have have the crowd engaged, and I personally was looking forward to seeing her.
Yeah.
You know, and she's a female.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. Yeah.
So, do you think like there's potential for the division to grow if there's more, if they invite more like excitement to it?
I think the fitness division's awesome. I mean, listen, you know, Oksana was trained by Circus Soleil people, you know, so she did some amazing feats, and that's what we sit in Las Vegas and watch shows based on those kind of performances. I mean, there's a lot of strength moves and a lot of activity. I mean, listen, men's bodybuilding could use the same. I mean, it's not very exciting, to be honest. I mean, you hit a few poses and, you know, the most musculars and that is what, if you notice, like, the guys that slow pose don't get the same thing as, like, the freak stuff, you know, the guys, I mean, if a guy does a backflip on Olympia stage and he's 260 pounds, that gets excitement, right? So it goes to show if there's more entertainment value, so the divisions that are going to have more entertainment, and goes back to exactly what I said. How much excitement's in a men's physique or even a classic where the guys aren't doing anything crazy. You know, you see these guys in the men's open, they break dance and stuff, like the crowd gets excited, right? They win the best poser awards every time. Darren Charles was like one of the best. Melvin Anthony was one of the best. Fred Smalls is winning it now because he dances and does the, you know, he does the cheerleading stuff. You know, I hate to say that because it sounds kind of odd, but that's what he does, and it gets exciting. So that's what the sport needs. I mean, we need to do something different. And granted, I got up there and flexed and didn't do anything exciting, but we do need that kind of entertainment. I mean, if they could kind of work that into the routines, we would definitely get a lot more appeal, for sure.